with all these talks of undisputed, I wanted to put something on people's minds right quick because I was having a conversation with somebody and I told them the same thing and they wasn't hearing what I was saying until I actually broke it down. So I'm finna do the same thing for y'all right now. I always talk about how it's good to have throwback fighters and it's good when you see boxers do certain thing in boxing because that's good for the sport because it will compel other people to mimic and do the same thing. This is why I say make sure when you criticizing these boxers that you not just criticize them, but if they also do something that's worth praise, it's extra important that you make sure that you give them their credit more than criticizing them because you want people to have the same actions as whatever it is the boxer did that you so-called praised. Okay. That's something that I say all the time. Okay. Now, with all these talks are undisputed, let me put this on your mind in case you guys forgot or in case you've never paid attention. Okay. Teofimo Lopez is the reason why most of these guys out here are chasing undisputed. I know what you say. Well, hell, that's a bold claim. How in the hell are you going to say that, Bruce? Blase splee. But you know one thing about Bruce is I don't never speak about shit and not lead you on a trail where you can find out yourself with proof. That's one thing about this channel. I just don't talk. I'll always give you examples and I'll tell you to go and where to look. Okay? Now, to prove that Teofimo Lopez is the reason why the majority of these current boxers now are talking undisputed, follow me. Before Teofimo Lopez fought Vasily Lomachenko for the undisputed title, the only person that had made it clear in boxing who was trying to achieve undisputed was who? Anthony Joshua. We're talking about clear across the board. Somebody who made it clear from Jump Street what they were trying to do. There's only one boxer in the boxing game who made it clear to everybody that they were going for undisputed, and that was Anthony Joshua. Am I right? Who else was talking about undisputed outside of Anthony Joshua? Who else? The question is nobody. Okay? Nobody. And the great thing about this is you can go track this shit. All right? Teofimo Lopez beats Vasily Lomachenko and becomes the undisputed champion. After that, Errol Spence talk about undisputed. After that, Canelo Alvarez talk about undisputed. After that, this person's talking about undisputed. Before Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, you never heard Errol Spence talking about being undisputed. You never heard any of these guys talking about chasing undisputed. The undisputed talk did not start happening till after Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko. You can't tell me I'm lying because we can go back in real time and trace what these boxers were saying prior to Teofimo Lopez beating Vasily Lomachenko. There was no talks of undisputed. After he beats Lomachenko and become the undisputed champ, everybody's talking about undisputed. Those is facts. Those is facts. So for those that say, oh, that's preposterous, go back and do your homework. Look how these people was talking. You didn't hear about shit about undisputed till after Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko. That's all facts. Where do you think it came from? Because when Teofimo Lopez Sr. said, we motivated everybody, it was true. That's how Teofimo Lopez motivated these current guys to chase undisputed. Because when you got a young guy, 16-0, who came in the game, who gambled with himself, who betted on himself, who took the leap of faith and achieved greatness at that young, I told you, it's a mirror on boxing. It's a mirror to everybody. After that, undisputed is the way to go. Now, we're not talking about people like a Josh Taylor, or even a Jamel Charlo, because Jamel Charlo shit was in the making. But notice, even with all those belts that even Jamel had, he never talked about undisputed till it was time to be undisputed. There was never no talks about it. But even though Jamel is a little bit different, he was already in the process of doing what he's doing. But he's never vocally came out and say, I want to be the undisputed champ, this, and that. Errol Spence never really came out and said, I wanted to be the undisputed. The main thing Errol Spence talked about was fighting Manny Pacquiao. But there was never really no talks about no undisputed nothing. After Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko, Canelo won undisputed. Errol Spence won undisputed. Jamel won undisputed. Everybody's going for undisputed. That just goes to show you how the actions of a throwback fighter doing it how they used to do it back in the day can affect boxers currently in boxing right now. And you can't tell me that Teofimo Lopez didn't motivate some of these guys to achieve and push for undisputed theyself. That's my thoughts on it. Bruce Vane, I'm out.